I'm Sam Sutherland, a former music journalist and failed TV personality, and End Hits is my weekly video where I round up all the songs that I liked this week in no particular order and no consideration for genre or numeric consistency or trying to film in a place that is potentially quiet. It's just too hot in Toronto to do anything but sit outside and wait out the summer. Ian Sweet's Hiding is one of those happy discoveries that only happens in the present day thanks to neat little tricks like YouTube's autoplay feature, so gracias, Google. Last week, I spoke about Colleen Green, who is signed to the record label Hardly Art, and because I was watching a Colleen Green video, all of a sudden, Ian Sweet shows up. Gracias, Google. This band makes dreamy 90s-style shoegaze pop. If the words 90s-style shoegaze pop get your blood pumping or running, can your blood run and pump? What can blood do? What the shit? What? I'm just having no luck this week. Everything died. It's also about to rain. If you've doubted my commitment to trying to make this channel work, again, in a way that's manageable for me, I hope you know that this is the week where a lesser Sam, or not a lesser Sam, just Sam from 6 months ago, would have packed it up pretty much forever. But I'm really enjoying this process. And so I was saying, if those phrases about the 90s and about shoegaze and about sort of dreamy pop music got your blood doing jumping jacks, Ian Sweet is insanely sick, and I'm super excited to hear this entire record. Bone Sickness's Human Hatred Overdose is chef's kiss emoji grindcore. It's very grindy, it's really short, it makes you feel like humanity is bad and should die. And that's an important sentiment to be expressed sometimes. The production on this is also extra hardcore-y. It almost sounds like it could be a tragedy record, but instead it's absolutely not. It's probably become fairly apparent by now, but some of my favorite metal is the kind of shit that allows you to crush out that final rep at the gym, because I'm a huge jock. Whereas this is just music to sit around and think about how we're all gonna die because we're too dumb to live. Petty Theft from Found Objects is so good that I'm struggling to find a way to tell you to listen to it in a way that isn't just listen to it, because it's incredibly short. Featuring former members of Attention, which is a band that my band, Junior Battles, I'm shouting out my own band here, has played with quite a bit and that I have a very, intimate relationship with, in the sense that it is incredibly emotionally resonant for me because of all the experiences that we've shared with those guys and with that band and with that music playing in the background. And Found Objects takes a lot of what I loved about what Jono, one of the members of Attention, was doing in that band, and distills it even further by having it as a two-piece. He's got, a lot of different amps and there's a lot of sounds, but it is remarkably stripped down, and the songwriting has been distilled so succinctly into this sort of short, perfect piece of music that combines, I would say, elements of like the harder side of like 90s Superchunk when they were like being punkier. And then, very much, I think, the middle good parts of emo that were just about sort of, drilling down into yourself and trying to be as expressive as possible in a way that wasn't like cloying. And this to me is just like, it's so good. And I don't just want to say it sounds like X or Y, because I know that always feels really reductive, and it's sometimes the easiest thing to do, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say, if you liked, feeling stuff, man, just feeling shit. The song makes you feel shit. Strawberry Girls and Andreas have a song called Party Nights that recently came up on some Apple Music playlist that I was listening to, and I had come off of my first live experience with the band 311. Of course, the only reason I was seeing 311 is because they were playing with The Offspring. So that gives you an idea of, just how cool my tastes are in 2018. And I will say this, The Offspring fucking ruled. 311 I was less hot on. However, I was entranced by what they were doing. I've never been super into that band, but Lord knows they are very, very good at being 311. And this song, while not being expressly 311-y, in fact, it's much more tappy. It's got much more of a kind of contemporary, the post-hardcore that is like not at all heavy somehow, but you're like, this is a post-hardcore band. It's got that in there, but it's got this just like really college, like 90s college, like I'm listening to Sublime and 311, grooviness kind of shoved in there. And it's the sort of music that I think, were I not on a kind of post-Offspring 311 show kick of listening to the Offspring and 311, I would not have been like mentally open to. And yet in my, 311 addled state, I was able to access a part of my brain that thinks that this song is fucking great. I know that it's probably not the coolest song on this list, but you know, life's too short to be cool. Sometimes you want to get super funky with your brothers and sisters in the pit. And that's what this is. It's just joyful, technically interesting music. There's a lot going on here musically that, you know, a more punk version of me who perhaps was just talking about a grindcore album earlier might have scoffed at, but no scoffing here. Only partying. And finally, Oceanator's Inhuman solo is the kind of music that you listen to when the weather is hopefully turning, as it is turning right now, and it's going from being 40-something goddamn degrees to something slightly more manageable, like 30-something goddamn degrees. But like the rain is rolling in. Like I can sense it. I need to wrap up this video, and this is the music that you listen to when that is happening. I apologize if this is remotely reductive at all, but if you listen to Julian Baker and Phoebe Bridgers, I mean, just like stop this video, listen to Oceanator right now. What was the best thing that you heard this week? Let me know in the comments. And I have to say, I know these videos are not getting like massive numbers, but the suggestions that you guys are giving me are amazing, and it's super exciting to be having this dialogue again. I just wanted to balance that with like this sort of, I would call it sarcasm, but I wasn't. I was just mad earlier. So I appreciate that, and I want you guys to keep sharing stuff with me because it's really exciting to be having this dialogue again. It's a truck going by. I can't win right now. But tell me in the comments, tell me on Twitter, tell me at the bar, and be excellent to each other. Stay high.